Donald Trump's conviction puts President Biden in some really unknown territory here. He'll be the first major party nominee to run against a man convicted on felony charges. Now, how should the president navigate this new terrain? Not just as a candidate, but as commander-in-chief. Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Jamal Bowman of New York. Welcome, Congressman. This, for me, is a personal pleasure to have you up here at the table, man. It's
Somebody always coming on here to put love on Michael.
No, I have admiration for this brother right
I am
here.
not having it this morning.
I really do. But go ahead.
Okay. Very good to see you, sir.
We've been up for a long time.
We have been up since too early. We want to play what the president actually said in response to the verdict in this Trump case and his conviction.
It's reckless, it's dangerous, it's irresponsible for anyone to say this was rigged just because they don't like the verdict. Our justice system has endured for nearly 250 years, and it literally is the cornerstone of America, our justice system. The justice system should be respected, and we should never allow anyone to tear it down. It's as simple as that. That's America. That's who we are. And that's who we'll always be, God willing.
What do you think about how the president initially responded to this, and what do you think, not just the White House, but frankly, Democrats at large should do going forward? Michael still has thoughts, and I tend to agree with him.
You know, former President Trump has been convicted on all 34 counts. He should be held accountable. My first question was, is he going to jail now? So we'll see about that. So he should be held accountable. But there's some cognitive dissonance here as it relates to what the president just said, because this justice system has not worked for black and brown and poor folk historically. It hasn't been a criminal injustice system, and many black and brown people in the communities that I serve have been victims to this. So there's a dissonance there. The president and the Democratic Party should continue to focus on the people we need to turn out to vote in November. That's young people, that's people of color, that's particularly black and Latino men. That should be our focus. Trump continues to be a sideshow, a circus, a caricature, a buffoon, the worst thing that happened to this country in a very long time. We need to focus on our people and the American people and getting them out to vote and focus a lot less on Trump.
How do you do that? Because I love the way Simone framed it with our last guest. When they go low, we go toe-to-toe.
Yes.
And it's going to require a level of toe-to-toe-ness.
Yes.
Right?
It's a great phrase.
In order to accomplish... She used to do this for a living. And she was damn good at it, too. But there is a level of grittiness when you go toe-to-toe. I'm going to be up straight with you. I don't see it. I say to my Democratic friends a lot of times, I don't know how the hell we ever lost an election to you if you're going to play the game this way.
Correct.
Because you're playing up against an asymmetrical. You just laid out the characteristics of the opponent. So how do you go after a guy who's all those things that's reinforced by the signatures of a Mike Lee, J.D. Vance, Tommy Tuberville, Eric Schmidt, who then say, you know what, we're not going to allow any non-security funding increases or votes to confirm Biden administration appointees.
Yes.
So you're in a situation where you don't want to play politics, but then you got a whole group of folk on my side who do. So how do you go toe-to-toe?
Don't play politics. Go toe-to-toe. This level of toe-to-toe, you should coin this. This is awesome. Hit the streets. Hit America's streets. Hit the streets of black and brown communities. Go directly to young people. Come to the Bronx and don't set up a stage and a podium and give a speech. Walk down the Grand Concourse.
There you go.
Walk down Boston Road.
Come to Baltimore, walk down North Avenue.
That's right. Walk down the streets and talk to people and let them talk to you and let them touch you and feel you and have real conversations with real people in the streets. We are not doing that. And that's the number one thing we need to do. And call out their BS when they give us BS. I get criticized by my opponent and many others because I'm too passionate. And they don't like my style. And they talk about decorum.
That sounds very familiar.
I'm supposed to let Marjorie Taylor Greene say and do anything she wants on the Capitol steps? or Byron Donald or any of the other people who are pushing this MAGA agenda. I was sworn in on January 3rd, 2021. 3 days later, they attacked the U.S. Capitol. Now, are we going to fight back or not? Of course, we want to be peaceful, but at least use the power of our voices and the passion and the love that we have for our communities to drive the work that we do.
I have one follow-up to that, because you gave a two-pronged answer, and I agree. People need to, in general, you have to take whatever message, whether it is the media apparatus, trying to just make sure people are aware of what is happening. Democrats, frankly, need to, if they really want people to know, they need to get out there and talk to the people. But what the chairman detailed is a congressional, the weaponization, frankly, of congressional resources.
Yes, it's not just them running their mouth. It's the fact that you have Jim Jordan trying to marshal Alvin Bragg down to the weaponization committee so that he can ask
Exactly. And I think people out there would like to know, what are Democrats in the United States Senate and the United States House of Representatives going to do about that?
So Congress doesn't have jurisdiction to do anything to Alvin Bragg. So that's number one. They could talk all they want, but they're not going to be holding Alvin Bragg accountable for anything. We as Democrats have to get Alvin Bragg's back. And we need to speak out about that. We need to surround our brother, especially the Congressional Black Caucus and Black Democratic leaders from across this country. We need to surround him, because since the very beginning, they were mischaracterizing him, calling him out his name, and being racist as hell to Alvin Bragg. And I know I deal with it directly. And the last thing I want to say is, this is why elections matter. I don't want to hear this crap about your vote doesn't matter, I'm going to stay home, and all this nonsense about in November. If you stay home and you do not exercise the power of your vote, you are giving your power to white supremacist MAGA individuals who are turning this democracy into a fascist state. Bottom line. So we need to mobilize young people, people of color, and people who don't normally vote. Yes, the system is broken. You want to change it, you got to get engaged. And get engaged in support of candidates like me and others across this country who are actually trying to do something about it.